Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Aries Only, where I channel messages for Aries only. Today we're doing a love reading, messages from your person, where we're going to just check in and see what they would want to say to you. Oh, we cut right to Archangel Raphael, heart chakra. So what is Aries person's overall vibe towards Aries right now? Let's concentrate. I'm going to get two of these. I'm just going to get two oracle cards, two of these oracle cards, and then two Moonology. I'm just going to break down the reading for you really quick here. And then I'm going to get like 8 message cards. We're going to look at those. I'm going to clarify those with tarot, and that's it. We're just going to basically do a deep dive of like what they most like want to say to you. So I like this reading because like it just kind of clarifies, especially if you're not in communication, which most likely you're not. If you're watching this, they can just tell you like what's on their mind about you. If for whatever reason they're not able to speak to you, whether it's like a blocked thing or you're just not in communication right now, or you're in separation for some reason. So, all right, guys, let's see. What is Aries person's overall vibe towards Aries right now? We have patience. So apparently your person doesn't think it's the right time for you guys to be talking. They're waiting. Hold on. What's Aries person's overall vibe towards Aries? We have envy on the bottom of the deck. Okay, or on the bottom of the deck. On the bottom of the deck, we have attachment. So I feel like there's just like a sort of like a dark cloud or something. There's some sort of fear going on. Maybe they think that you're like talking to somebody else or something like that. Wait, let's get... With the envy, I feel like it's almost like they could go for it here, but they're kind of like stopping themselves from walking through the door. They're looking at it and they're just kind of going back to their dark room. What is Aries person's overall vibe towards Aries right now? Oh, tap me into Aries energy. What is Aries person's overall vibe towards them right now? We have a new romantic cycle begins. It's like, again, like they're holding themselves back from starting this new romantic cycle. A win-win outcome is forecast. I feel like they're going back and forth from being hopeful to being like scared. What is Aries person's overall energy towards Aries right now? Oh, balance, spirituality, and practicality. So we have a new moon, we have a full moon. Come on, babe, it's okay. All right, and we have hold your vision, fixed moon. I feel like it's almost like, oh, what's that episode of Charmed? It's like Phoebe is like in like a dream quest or doing some sort of vision quest, and it's like she's trying to walk. Oh, it's a door. Yeah, she's trying to walk. It's like she has to walk up the stairs and through the door or something like that in order to like see what her future is gonna be. But like every time she does, like a demon attacks her and she starts like fighting the demons. And then like on the third time, oh, spoiler alert, like when she's about to walk through the door, it's like they're attacking her, and it's like she doesn't fight them. She just like lets them like come at her, and it's like they just sort of like evaporate once they like hit her. Like, you know what I mean? It's like nothing happens to her. It's like she just has to like stay strong and kind of keep walking. I feel like your person's almost like trying to like do that, like, yeah, keep themselves balanced, spirituality and practicality. We have Libra here with balance. It's like they have to sort of kind of keep chugging along in spite of their fears, but I feel like their fears are getting the best of them, but not even getting the best of them, but it is affecting them still. But I feel like they're trying to really hold themselves steady here. So, okay, like that's kind of, oh, your hard work is paying off. Yeah, I feel like their hard work is paying off. Like they are making some progress here. It's like they have their goal in sight. They're holding on to the vision that they have. What was on the bottom of the deck here? I forgot. Attachment. Yeah. So it's like, again, it's kind of like that vibe of like keeping themselves going, overcoming the obstacles with the mountains here, but then them still sort of being attached to this false either sense of self, maybe false beliefs about themselves that like they can't do it. Maybe they're looking at other people and like almost wishing that's what they're envious of, like almost like wishing that they had the same sort of like courage, or I don't know, like something. Should we look at this card in the book and just see what it says quick, and then we'll dive into the messages. Number 20, lack and dissatisfaction. This card shows a woman holding a huge, it's a woman? All right. Anyway, holding a huge pearl in one hand and a platter of coins and pearls in the other. I've never realized that she was holding anything. Let me just like look at this. Oh, all right. Yeah, that is a woman now that I'm looking at her face. Okay. She stands in a silver room looking out at a golden city. Okay. On the horizon. She has a life of value already, but she ignores that and longs for the shining prosperity she sees elsewhere. Instead of feeling happy and fulfilled, her desire for more only causes a deep sense of lack and dissatisfaction, and that energy shows in her dress. I guess what she's wearing. Okay, this card upright is telling you to let go of the jealousy and acknowledge the blessings you already have in your life. Now is the time to shift your focus. After all, when you envy others, it only attracts more to them, not you. Notice all that you have and thank the universe for it. If this card is near the appreciation card, why can't I talk? In your spread, the message is doubly important. Now is the time to move from a consciousness of lack to one of value. With this shift, all things change. So I don't feel like it's necessarily that where they're like being a hater. I wasn't really getting that vibe. I just feel like they're more so like looking at other people thinking that they have more skills or something than they do. And although I guess it could be this, who knows? But that's not the vibe I was like getting with my intuition. So I'm gonna say it's that, like, that they're looking at people that have more courage, that have more skills, like that have more maybe like romantic finesse, like, or something like that. So, and it's like they're almost like wishing that they could break into that world. Maybe they're even, if they are envious of anything, it could be something practical, maybe like because that golden city, but it's like so maybe it's people that are more like financially independent, and that's why they feel like they have to wait, because maybe they're not there yet, like they still have like more steps to take and they wish they could like kind of rush in, and they're envious maybe of other people that they feel like will be like in your life and stuff like that. So I feel like they're kind of like, if anything, I would say like they have like a knot in their stomach thinking about you with somebody else. Like, if I wait, is this person going to start a new romantic cycle with somebody else? What's the matter, baby? Quinn? What happened, Quinn? Come here, baby. What happened, my Quinn? I'm sorry, my cat. Oh, meow, meow, meow. What happened, my baby? This poor cat. Hi. All right, so what would Aries person most want to convey to Aries right now, in this moment? What's going on? Oh, all right. That is how many? All right, too many. You have the best taste in music. All right, let's just come back to that. All right, you might want to fast forward here because I'm probably not going to start talking till I get them all. Okay, what would Aries person most want to convey to Aries right now? All right, we have I can see clearly now. I want to kiss you more than I've ever wanted anything. And you're literally the cutest thing I've ever seen, like more than I've ever wanted anything. You're the cutest thing I've ever seen. Like, I feel like it is intense what they're feeling towards you here. I feel like you're like top tier for them. Oh, all right. We have, well, it's true that you trigger the out of me. It's also true that you inspire and motivate me like no other. I saw that at the bottom of the deck. I'm awakening to the energetic bond between us. Look, you're such a good kisser. So if you guys have been physical, even if you've just kissed, this person is remembering those moments fondly. And again, maybe they're thinking about you kissing somebody else, and that's what they're like envious of. They maybe think that you're talking to somebody else. You always try to be fair. Interesting. That was such a theme in my Leo reading on my other channel that I did today. That's so crazy. I always imagine the life we could have together. This is too. Okay. Oh, it's too many. All right. Just one last one. Take me home, Spirit. What's the last message? Oh, thank you. Oh my God. This just like wants to come out. You have the best taste in music. So, oh, I didn't get a song for this reading. What's a song? Oh my God. Well, here's a song that I just rediscovered the other day. Ambrosia, you're the only woman that I'm dreaming of. Sorry, like came on at work and I'm like been obsessed with it ever since. So, anyway, if you wanna, maybe that's what your person wishes you would sing to them or something, because I feel like they think you're with somebody else. Okay. I can see clearly now. I want to kiss you more than I've ever wanted anything. And You're literally the cutest thing I've ever seen. While it's true that you're triggering them, they're awakening to the energetic bond between you guys. They think you're a fair person. They imagine living their life with you, and they think you have good taste in music. So that's what we have here. So what am I getting from this? I feel like they're clearly missing you. They're seeing something, and that whole thing, like, hold your vision. So maybe they had some sort of, like, epiphany is what I'm getting. Where, like, oh, like, it's real between me and this person, or like, oh, like, I don't know, they're my person, like, they're a good person, like, they really care about me, or they'll always be there for me. It's something like that. And it's like, again, that whole thing, how I was saying how they were trying, when Phoebe was in that vision quest and Charmed and trying to walk straight through, but the demons kept coming. That's like your thoughts coming up, trying to be like, well, wait, what if though, like, they're banging somebody else? Like, what if, you know, they're just, you know, you're reading the situation completely wrong, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't really happening the way you think it is, or something like that. Because I feel like they have a very vivid imagination. We have Pisces energy coming through for them also, which can be very imaginative and things like that. But it's like, if your imagination can go either way, like, you could be imagining good things for yourself or imagining, like, scary things. And if it's doing that, like, I think things can get a little dark for your person, which I feel like could be happening. Oh, remember how this said if the appreciation card, I mean, it wasn't right there, but it was underneath. When I picked this up, I did see it. So I feel like your person really needs to sort of, like, I feel like maybe they're the type to, like, put themselves down. And again, it's saying, like, look, they have so much though. Like, they have these pearls or whatever. It's like, I feel like your person is kind of being down on themselves right now. And, like, they're just, like, imagining that, like, again, you're starting a new romantic cycle with someone who's just better than them, and, like, all these ways that they're, like, telling themselves, especially if there was something practical that they need to tend to in their lives, okay, they need to tend to, in life, that they haven't been, and, like, they feel like people are more ahead than they are, or something like that. It's like they're really, like, beating themselves up about it or something like that. Yeah, I see man holding a coin underneath the appreciation. So it's like, you know, maybe they don't have a lot of coins right now, but maybe they have, like, a good work ethic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, like, a coin will only take you so far. Like, you know what I mean? When all your coins are gone, like, if you don't know how to make more coins, like, you're gonna, like, what am I trying to say? If you don't know how to make more coins, I mean, you're richer in knowledge. Maybe they're, like, rich in knowledge or something, or they're rich in their work ethic. Like, does that make sense? Or something like that, where it's like they maybe don't have the coins yet, but they have, like, the energy to, like, put behind it to get it maybe later on, or something like that. Or a strategic mind where they could, like, invest or do some crazy shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they could have something else going for them, and, like, once they do have some coins, like, they'll make them multiply, but, like, they just haven't, that hasn't happened for them yet, or something like that. So let's start clarifying this with tarot. What is this music? Let's get this out of the way. I'm like, why? Oh, we have the World and the Ace of Cups. I think, like, okay, well, first of all, I think sometimes, like, they think of songs, or they listen to songs, and they really, like, think about you in a really cute way with the Ace of Cups, because, like, look at, like, this face. I mean, I feel like that's, like, the music, and they're like, oh, like, I don't know. I feel like songs really have, like, an effect on your person. Again, that's sort of like that dreamy Piscean energy. So, like, even if they're not a Pisces, maybe they have some Pisces in their chart or something like that. But the card we actually got was the World. So I feel like they just, with the World, it's like such a happy little card. I feel like they meet, again, the fact that it's right next to this, I always imagine the life we could have together. Maybe they, like, imagine sitting on the beach with you, listening to some tunes, and just, like, not having a care in the world, and just, I don't know, but, like, you have the best taste in music. I feel like they just think that you guys have a lot in common. Like, they respect a lot of your, like, not even respect your opinions, but, like, they like your opinions. Like, they like the same music that you do, or, like, if you've, like, introduced them to some music, like, they've listened to it and they really like it. They found, like, maybe they've discovered some new music because of you, or, like, a TV show, or, like, a book, or, like, anything. Could be anything, art, you know, movies, whatever, like, you know, whatever your hobbies are. It's like they've sort of realized that they have similar interests to you, even if they didn't realize it. Like they maybe took a little dive in and they're like, oh wow, oh yeah, like they dipped their toe in and they actually found that they liked it. I feel like you kind of open them up to like, oh yeah, because we have this Aquarius energy on the bottom, which can be a little like out of the box. So it could be something that they never would have thought, even like a different drink that they never would have tried. Like, you know what I mean? Different foods, different drinks. Oh, there's a pineapple, so maybe different foods. Like it could be anything, like, you know what I mean? So maybe like they tried some stuff that you like suggested and they found out they really like it and they just think you have good taste, or that like you both have like similar tastes or something like that. So that's cute. I feel like they really like you. Like I feel like it's very like pure. It's like very cute. Okay, so let's look at, while it's true that you trigger me, it's also true you inspire and motivate me. What does Aries person mean by that? Let's clarify that message from Aries person. Ooh. Two of Cups and the Devil. Oh my God, that it's just, wow, like that's kind of crazy that it came out like that, because it's kind of like, I guess what it's trying to say is that like it's, and that like I think they spend a lot of time trying to discern like, is this just a trigger, or is this like, you know what I mean? Is this like the person that is like the love of my life? Like, is this right? Am I crazy? Is this a narcissist in disguise? Like, is this like, because with the Devil, it's kind of like what I'm thinking. Like, I feel like sometimes like they're so sure about it, and like you, and again, it's like you inspire them and you motivate them, like this card says, like, especially if this is like a spiritual connection. Hello, that's what, like, you know, we have this energetic bond being highlighted here. So it's like, and the triggering, it's like a couple of indications here. I feel like a lot of times like they could be prone to sort of like getting swept up in their fantasies, but then maybe they like swing back in the other direction and try to like not think about this connection at all because it like overwhelms them. But I feel like they spend a lot of time trying to discern like which one is which. Like, is this the fear talking, or is this like reality? Like, am I crazy? Where's that card that says like, is this, I have it in this deck that says is what's in my head actual guidance or wishful thinking? I feel like that's kind of like, I mean, it didn't come out, but I feel like that could be like a theme. I wouldn't be surprised. And yeah, I definitely think though, like they feel like you're very pure, but I also feel like they feel like you're a good person. You always try to be fair. But it's like they're almost like, what if this person is like a devil in disguise? Or what if maybe they feel like they're the devil and that's gonna hurt you and you're so pure, something like that. It's something like that though. But I feel like this connection brings out like the best and the worst in them, if that makes sense. It really takes them to such extremes. I'm really getting that. It brings out the best and the worst in them. And at this point, I feel like they wouldn't want it any other way. I don't know why that just popped in my head, but I just wanted to say that, like, they wouldn't want it any other way. I feel like you are the only person that they're thinking of, like that song. I don't know, that just, I mean, I know it's just because I'm like obsessed with that song right now, but I didn't have a song, so I had to like pick one. Oh, where's my songs deck? I don't know what I did with it. I don't see it here. But I would have picked a song for you, but yeah, like I feel like it's by Ambrosia, but I just feel like it's kind of like that angel devil on the shoulder. Like they don't know, like sometimes it's like they can listen to the angel, but sometimes the devil does like get the best of them. I feel like I've said that a lot, like get the best of them. So something's like getting the best of them, their worries, their fears, and it's making them kind of like hold up here and stop a new romantic cycle from beginning. Like it's like themselves like in the way. Like they're thinking that there's blocks here, but there really isn't. The block is just like their own fear in their own mind. And it's the same thing like that Charmed example I was using. I forget what episode that is. I think it's the one, The Legends of Sleepy Halliwell or something, when they go to the magic school and Phoebe does that vision quest, but I'm pretty sure it's that episode. But where it's like if they would just keep walking, they would like get through the door and everything would be fine. But maybe they're afraid if they like get through the door, like here with going back to this envy card, it's like they're afraid like the devil in them would come out and they would end up hurting you or something like that. So interesting. We have like a lot of Capricorn energy, Saturn energy. So it's like they want to make sure they really learned how to like control this in themselves before they they like come forward towards you. All right, you're literally the cutest thing I've ever seen. We have the Ace of Swords. It's like, I think they just like had this realization of like how happy you made them and how happy you make them. We have the Three of Cups here, the Ten of Cups. Wow, I didn't even know that was under there. The Page of Pentacles. It's like, look at this little Page of Pentacles. He's like, by golly, like I got it. Like it looks like he's like saying like, okay. Like it's almost like they've had this realization, and I feel like something like, I think the reason that they can see clearly now is because you just make them happy. Like it's not that complicated. I feel like they make it complicated sometimes and sometimes they don't. And that's kind of like that whole push-pull dynamic, that whole like angel-devil dynamic, I should say. And it's like, but at the end of the day, it's like everything you do is adorable to them. Like everything you say is very interesting to them. Every outfit they've ever seen you in, like you're beautiful, like, or you're handsome, whatever you are, you know. It's like you never let them down, like as far as your character is concerned. You have good taste in music, you have good taste in everything, like, you know what I mean. I'm seeing all the animals here, so I mean obviously this deck has cats on everyone, but on every card, but maybe they like your kids or your animals or something like that, or they think you'd be like a good person to like have kids with, or like they think you're just like very nurturing, very independent. But yeah, you're literally the cutest thing I've ever seen. I feel like they just like you, they like everything about you, and they're realizing it's very simple, like it's not that complicated. I always imagine the life we could have together. What would they most want to say? We have the Four of Swords. I feel they spend a lot of time thinking about you, to the point that maybe like it interferes with like their productivity a little bit, that you inspire and motivate me like no other. But like I was saying, this imaginative energy could go either way, where it's like kind of you know, like, oh, I imagine the life we could have together, we would have a great time, blah 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 blah, like what this card kind of was saying. But it's like I feel like sometimes it's like it's taken like a darker turn, where they're like, what if I don't know, I wonder what it is. What are their fears here? Like, oh, the walk, maybe they're afraid. You know that song, what's that song? Baby, I'm amazed. Paul McCartney, like Amazed, I think it's called. I don't know. Baby, maybe I'm afraid of the way I leave you. Like it's kind of like that. Like it's like they feel like they have no control over that. Maybe they get triggered and that's just their response to like kind of take off. But I don't know. It's like something like that, where I feel, because we have the walking away card. So it's like maybe that's what they're afraid of. They imagine the life you could have together, but then maybe they imagine that they might like feel trapped and want to leave. Oh, we have the Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. It's just like their tendency maybe to like kind of be a free agent. So they imagine it, but then they imagine that it might be, let's see, the Seven of Wands. I mean, I think they also imagine that maybe, or they worry that like maybe all of a sudden, like when you're in a relationship, you'll have a different sort of personality. Like, you know, like maybe if they know you in a way, well, if they're an ex, then they know you like that, if you guys have really dated and had a relationship before. But if this is the kind of thing where like you've yet to really like spend that much time together in like a relationship together, like even if you've spent a lot of time together, like working together or like hanging out in the same friend group or going to school together, like whatever it is, it's like you really don't know somebody until you, like they say, like you live with them. But whether you know, you're having like a couple sleepovers a week, you don't have to actually live with them. But I mean, when you get to know somebody on that deep level, it's like I feel like they're kind of worried, like maybe your personality is like going to change. Yeah, now I cut to the Nine of Wands, that you're going to almost become like a different person. Like maybe you're going to be like very argumentative. I feel like they think they're worried about people like nitpicking and nagging at them. Like they're worried about maybe having to always like be on the defense, but at the same time they feel such joy when they're with you that they don't really think that that's possible. But I feel like it is a worry of theirs, like for sure. Like they are worried about you maybe like turning and changing into something different. Let's look at I can see clearly now. What are they seeing clearly? But I think these are just like those common fears kind of coming up, just like how I was saying, like, are they a narcissist? Like, especially if they've been like running away from you, with that whole walking away card that we had. Maybe that's like a fear of yours that, I just like lost my train of thought. That, oh, like, are they a narcissist? I was saying. So like almost like, are they just playing games with me because it's like fun for them to like get my attention, and then like, you know, like have the power over me, and then just like they get bored, like, you know what I mean? It's probably a similar thing. Like it's all about like power games, because maybe that's like a dynamic that both of you have like only ever really known. So it's like you're kind of like hesitant to get involved in another one. And I feel like a lot of times it's like, again, that whole thing with the mask, like that was on this card. Like, are you wearing a mask? Is this the real you? Like, am I wearing a mask? Is this the real me? Like, am I going to be able to like hold your interest? Or am I just like a game or a pawn to you to get off on your own power? And I feel like they think probably something similar along those lines, but it could be more that you're trying to control them in a feminine way, if you are feminine, like by using like guilt and tears and things like that. It doesn't have to be like in such an overt way. It could be more subtle. Women are tricky. Okay, what am I clarifying? I can see clearly now. Two of Swords. So again, it's like, I think they did reach some sort of like decision or something like that, but it's like the blindfold keeps getting put back on. Like they keep putting the blindfold back on themselves. It's like they have the Ace of Swords, and then they have we have the Two of Swords here. It's like they had some sort of epiphany. I think I was saying that. Maybe just how you two are kind of like cut from the same cloth and like made from the same soul essence or something like that. I feel like they really had some sort of epiphany with the Ace of Swords here. Oh, look, I see music. Oh, we like the same music. Like, I don't know what's up with that. That card really wanted to come out. But anyway, yeah, like I feel like they did have like an epiphany, a very strong epiphany, but like reality sort of like sets in and like clouds their vision again. So it's like, it's sort of like a learning curve, or it's sort of like a work in progress. Like it's a process. It's a process that's gonna like, and maybe that's what they saw clearly. Let's look at awakening to the energetic bond between us. What did Aries person mean by that? We have the Nine of Swords. So maybe like when they're really stressing out or upset or worried, like they feel your healing energy kind of coming in. Maybe they've been like researching it on the low with the Seven of Swords, like looking into that. Like, how do you know? Like you're in a spiritual connection or something like that. And there's books on this card too, which is very interesting. So maybe like you wrote something about it, or maybe even like you said something about it to them, and they just kind of like dismissed it or something at the time, but it's like on their own time they maybe like looked into it and are seeing that there is some truth to it, and they felt it. I feel like almost they've really felt your energy, or they felt you like respond to their energy, because I'm looking at the way these knives, which are representative like the swords or whatever, are like pointing out that way. So like say they were in like a nervous energy, it's almost like the energy got sent to you, and then like this bird is here on the window, maybe like you brought some hope back with you, like, you know, energetically or something like that. I feel like I don't know, I feel like something happened where you brought them some sort of peace or something energetically. There's a lot of swords energy here. This side is all swords, I just realized. So this is like heavily on their mind. They're really like overthinking this and like making themselves go crazy. You always try to be fair. We have the Queen of Wands and the Star. Wow. Okay. I feel like this person just like thinks very highly of you. And I feel like I'm getting a sense like they think you're just like magnificent and like beautiful and like amazing. Like, I don't know. And then like, look at this. It's like, I feel like they maybe feel like they've done you dirty or something like that. And you could have really like, ripped them a new one or something like that. They feel like you could have just like cut your losses for whatever reason and just like found anyone, because they think you're like that amazing. Like, I mean, the Queen of Wands with the Star, that's kind of like the most attractive, like, well, the cutest thing that I've ever seen. Like, but it's like inside and out with the Star and the Queen of Wands. It's like inside and out, you're actually so beautiful. It's like maybe they've always thought you were beautiful, but as time has gone on, they've really gotten to know you on the inside, and they're just like, you're actually like so amazing on the inside too. Like maybe that song, that Paul McCartney song, Baby I'm Amazed, is that what it's called? I'm amazed, maybe I'm amazed, I don't remember what it's called, but I feel like they are like literally like amazed by you, and it's almost like they think that like you're so pretty, or you're so like amazing, or you have such talent, or whatever it is that they're like thinking here, that you like, why do you even have to be nice? But like, that's just who you are. And it's like, I feel like to people like higher than you, people lower than you, to like animals, to like, you know, anything, like it's like you wouldn't hurt a fly. Like they think you're just the fairest of them all, like in like beauty, and also in like character, like, you know what I mean? And I feel like they just sometimes feel like they don't deserve you, or something like that. You inspire and motivate me like no other. Like the star is all about inspiration. So it's like you really inspire them. Like this isn't just like, oh, like blah blah blah. Like it's like you really like light a fire and motivate. It says motivate me. We have the Queen of Wands here. It's like this is like this card here, except the triggering part. I'm sorry, I keep like shaking the table and probably the camera, and I'm so sorry. But it's like you like laid a, like maybe they've been kind of like bumping along in life for a while, like waiting for their life to start with this patience energy, kind of stagnant with the Two of Swords. And it's like you kind of like popped in on the scene and just like blew them away. Like I think you really just, even the way they're in this silver room or whatever they were calling it, and it's like you came in like this golden light, and they just were like, whoa, like again with this awakening energy, like their eyes were opening and trying to like adjust to the light, you know what I mean? But it was like they've just only been in darkness for so long, or just like on standby, I just wanted to say, or like on autopilot, or just like kind of like I was saying, bopping along, not really like noticing what they were doing, or this Four of Cups energy, like apathetic, you know what I mean? Kind of apathetic. And maybe like when you kind of came around, they were still like too stuck in this energy to really see you clearly. And oh my God, they see clearly now. And maybe that's what they're thinking. Like, how could I have missed this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how could I have been so blind? Like, it was right there in front of me. And like, you know what I mean? Like something like that. I feel like there's something that they like see now that they didn't see before, and they're just like, oh my God, like, but it's like, you know, they were in this energy, like, and I'm sure you were meant to kind of come in their life and sort of like have this effect on them. So it's like they're beating themselves up for it, but it was probably always meant to be this way. And I want to kiss you more than I've ever wanted anything. What is Aries person trying to convey to them? Whoa, the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Cups. It's like, I feel like they're saying they're like prepared to fight for this. Like, and again, like I was saying, like how they were in some, maybe their family, I don't know if their family is like against this for some reason here. But it's like with the Seven of Wands, it's like they maybe feel like they're gonna have to face criticisms or face something, but it's like they're prepared to like face it. The Three of Cups, because like you bring them so much happiness. With the Ten of Cups, I see the Page of Pentacles again, the King of Swords. Maybe there's like a father figure or something that's kind of like disapproving. They only want them to like be with a certain type of person, or maybe not. Maybe it's just that they're just saying they're like prepared to fight for this because you make them like really happy. And the Fool and the Two of Pentacles, it's like I feel like come hell or high water, like they want to kiss you more than they've ever wanted anything. And I feel like the thought of you being with somebody else like drives them crazy. And look, the Queen of Cups, I just feel like you stir something in them in an emotional way that like nobody else ever has. Three of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, like I feel like they really like respect you is what I'm getting, and they could see like building a life with you, and they feel like you're kind of like worth the risk. Wait, what is this card? It's like sticking out to me. I just want to see the Tower. It's like I feel like they're getting to a point where they're gonna like sort of be like Phoebe in that episode where she just like kind of walks through and the demons just kind of like vaporize, or whatever you want to say, they just like disappear. And they're gonna be able to walk through, hopefully walk through this door and just start living the life of their dreams instead of just thinking about it. So hopefully that happens, guys. That's where they're at right now. I feel like they're kind of like all over the map here, but like they do want this new start with you, but they kind of got to end like a stagnant like funk that they're in and just sort of like walk through the door and like go for it. I feel like they're still a little bit like stagnant here. Their fears are really getting the best of them, so they're trying to balance that out. So just like it is a process and they're trying their best, but you know, that doesn't mean that, you know, your life stops in the meantime. It doesn't mean that, because like maybe they're sensing that you're in a new romantic cycle because you are, I don't know. But if you've been like waiting for this person for a while and nothing has been happening, like they haven't even talked to you or done anything, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's tough to get caught up in a cycle. It's easy to get caught up in a cycle of like, you know, wanting to wait for this person and wanting to like whatever for this person. But if this person isn't really like showing up for you, and it's kind of on them for whatever reason, especially if they're the one that ran away or something like that. We were getting that walking away energy with the 8 of Cups earlier. There's no need to put your life on hold. And you know what? If their worst fear does come true, it does. Like, they could have acted and they had the knowledge, they had all this, like, this is what their energy is thinking about you. And if they're not walking through the door, they're not walking through the door. Don't put your life on hold. Just stay open to love in general. Like, hope it's this person, but like, if this person's never gonna make a move here, like, be open to the possibility of a new romantic cycle beginning in your life with whoever is the best fit for you. Like, it seems like this person does think really highly of you and does see you as their true, you know, love here. So hopefully they can like get it together. But I mean, I wouldn't waste that much time. Like, check in if you want to check in, but I mean, there's no need to wait for somebody forever. Like, if they're not going to get it together, like, unless you want to. I mean, that's a good practice. Like, if say somebody asks you out on a date, like, you know what I mean? And like, if you're like really into them and you're like, oh my God, I want to go out so bad with this person, but like, ooh, I'm like waiting for this person to come around. I mean, that's a sign right there. Like, if you're saying to yourself, I really want to go. If you're not going to go out with this guy anyway and you're not into them, then who cares? No, like, you know what I mean? Like, no, I'm good. Like, I'll wait for the real thing. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, just kind of it's difficult sometimes when you're kind of like in separation from somebody. But I mean, I don't know. You got to do what you got to do for yourself. They're doing what they got to do, and you got to do what you got to do. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next one, okay? Bye.